Hey guys, Railroad Photographer here. Today I'm going to be discussing the difference between steam locomotives and diesel locomotives and how they work and why are they so different between them. Also, I am very close to 50 subscribers on YouTube, so please, if you're watching this, hit that subscribe button because I have a special video coming out when I hit 50. But anyways, back to the topic. The difference between steam locomotives and diesel locomotives. Well, a lot of people in my high school don't know what the difference is, so I'm going to be explaining. Well, steam locomotives came first. They were the first ever type of train, and as their name suggests, they're powered by steam. So, if you take a look at the side of a steam locomotive, you can see that there is a big gray thing where the engineer sits, long boiler, a gray part at the very front, and like pistons where the wheels are. Now, first what you need to do is you need to get a fire going. Well, you need to make sure you have water in the boiler. You want to get a fire going. Now, granted, steam locomotives are very large and they take very long to steam up. Excuse me. Once you wait to get enough pressure and wait for the water to boil, the boiling water creates steam. The steam channels through a series of pipes into the cylinders at the front of the locomotive. Then that steam pushes a piston back and forth, which in turn turn the rods. The wheels that move the train on a steam locomotive, the main wheels, are called drivers. Drivers because they drive the train. And the rods, they're just called rods, and then from the circular piece all the way to this pin, all the way that leads to the cylinder, is valve gear. This is what basically controls the direction of the train. So if you have your Johnson bar in the middle, that means that you're sitting idle, you're not going nowhere. If you pull it all the way back to you, that's you giving it full power in reverse, so you're going to go backwards. If you take it, pull it all the way forward, all power all the way forward, that means you're going forward. Although most people, they might use all full power because for loads, but railroaders don't do that, because the more power you use, the more boiler pressure you're going to use, and the more boiler pressure you use, the less you're going to get, and your train's going to slow down. It's going to be a whole thing. Now, enough about me yapping. On to diesels. Now, diesels came after steam locomotives because they were more efficient and easier to maintain than a steam locomotive. Diesels have obviously, diesel locomotives have engines. The engine spins, I believe it's a motor or whatever, that creates electricity, which then takes that electricity to the motor. That makes a generator spin. So I'm trying to remember this whole thing. It makes a generator spin, then that generator creates electricity, and the electricity gets routed to the traction motors, which are where the wheels are, and that electricity applies power to the traction motors, which make the wheels and the traction motors go forward. It's kind of like the same thing as a steam locomotive for the reverser, but instead you're not actually, giving it power, you're giving it all its power. So you have a little handlebar thing. It's like a key. You stick it into the reverser, and you can choose which direction you want to go in. So if you have it sitting in the middle, that means that you're sitting idle, your engine's just idling. If you have it in reverse, your train's going to get ready. It's like in videos or in games, your engine is just sitting there roaring, and then when you choose a direction to put it in, it starts to get louder. It's like that. That's basically the train getting ready to getting set up in that direction. Anyways, what the hell was I talking about? Going off a rant about direction. Oh yeah, the reverser. When you have the reverser in reverse, that's obviously you're going backwards. When you have it forward, you're going forwards. And the system in a diesel is a lot more easier than a steam locomotive. Basically what it is with diesels is that you are the engineer, right? You're sitting on the right side of the locomotive. You have your window in front of you to let you see out of the front, and then you have a board, like a big wall next to you, with all the controls, the horn, the bell, the throttle, the dynamic braking, independent braking, all that kind of fun stuff. And you have a throttle, which it goes from idle to notch 8. Notch 8's giving it all your power. What I recommend, going to notch 2 or 3 when you're starting to move. Then once you hit like 15 miles an hour, give it a little bit more power. Very slowly give it power. And then with steam locomotives, you have this big bar, basically this big bar that's right in front of you. You reach up, you put your hand on it, and there's a clamp. You push that clamp in, and you can move the throttle back and forth, which gives it power. So yeah, diesels and steam have a lot difference, and they're a lot more different. These, like steam locomotives, they have whistles instead of horns, like a 6 chime or a 3 chime, or maybe even a Hooter single chime, or a Nathan 6 chime step top. I don't know. I just like to make up stupid random stuff. Oh, excuse me again. But yeah, and most of the time, the whistles on steam locomotives are very beautiful, and sometimes they can sound like a ghost screaming through the night. Yeah. Alright, well, that's it. That's basically it for this video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Difference between steam and diesel, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. The Rail Photographer signing off. Goodbye.